Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrabhyo Vamsharishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parambaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashi Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Beda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Sri Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om Sri Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om Badram Karne Vishruyaama Devaah Badram Pashyemakshabir Yajatraah Sthirairangai Sushtuvagum Sastanuvihi Yashema Devahidam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddhashravah Swastinah Pusha Vishwadevaah Swastinastarshyo Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspatirdadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are into the sixth question by the last student, Sukesha. He is from the clan of Bharadwaja, so he is known as Bharadwaja. So we went through the 5 questions and there were no questions which really has not been answered. But Sukesha was in a predicament because none of the questions addressed a particular aspect of creation, which was well known during those periods, and that he was questioned by a princess from Kausala Desha, and he could not answer that. So that is the background with which Sukesha is asking this question to Guru Pipalada. Do you know this answer to this question which was asked to me? And I didn't want to tell a lie that I know it, because you know that if we tell a lie, the whole clan is going to be destroyed by the lie. So I didn't want to get into a situation like that. So I became quiet. So the princess also became quiet and he left. But I still have that doubt in my mind that what is that the prince asked. So the 6th question starts like this. Adahainam Sukesha Bharadwajaha Prapracha. Bhagavan Hiranyanabaha Kausalyaha Rajaputraha Mam Upetyam Prashnam Aprachada. Shodashakalam Bharadwajam Purusham Vetha Tamaham Kumaram Abruvam Naham Imam Veda Yadi Aham Vedam Aham Imam Vedam Vedaisham Kadam Te Na Avakshyami Iti Samulaha Va Yesha Parishushyati Yaha Anrutam Abhivadati Tasmad Na Arhan Abhivrutam Vaktum Satushnim Rathamaruhya Pravraja Tam Tva Prichami Kasau Purusha Iti. So this is the background which I explained to you. Sukesha was asked by this question by Hiranyanaba. He is a Rajaputra from the Kausala Desha. To me, Upeti, having approached me, Etam Prasnam Prapracha. He asked me this question. O Bharadwaja, Shodashakalam Purusham Vetha. do you know the Purusha who is famous as Shodashakala? Shodashakalam means 16 mark or 16 parts or 16 identification. Aham tam kumaram abruvan. I told the prince, Aham imam na veda. I do not know what this Shodashakalam Purusham is. Aham yadi imam avedisham tarhi te kadam na avaksham. If I knew that, how can I say that I don't know? I would have definitely told you. Anratam vadasi yeshaha vai samulaha parishushyati. It is well known that one who is resorting to falsehood, anratam, samulam, with the whole root, parishushyati, his entire clan will get destroyed due to that lie. Tasmat anratam vaktum na arhami. Therefore, I do not have an intention to tell lie to you. Saha tushnim ratam aruhya pravarvaja. That prince, Hiranyanaba, silently got into his chariot and went away. Tvam tam prichami kasau purushaha kaha. To you, sir, I am asking the same question. Asau purushaha. This purusha, kaha. Who is this purusha? Which is well known as the 16 mark purushaha, or with the man or the purusha with the 16 parts. Tasmai sahovacha. To him, Guru Pipalada explained or said, Iha vai andasharire saumya sapurusha yasmin neta shodashakala prabhavanti iti. So, Saumya, my dear child, Saha Purushaha Iha. That Purusha is here only. Andasharire, within this body. Yasmin Eta Shodashakala Prabhavanti. Yasmin, from this Purusha, these 16 marks or 16 parts, Prabhavanti arises. So, what is this Shodashakala Purusha, or the Purusha with 16 parts or 16 marks or identification? So, Pipalada says that, my dear son or my dear child, this Purusha is here within our very body, everyone's body or every creation's body. It is not that you should look elsewhere for that Purusha. That Purusha with the 16 parts is arising out of this Purusha which is in your body, in my body and body of every creation. So, then he goes as to how this has to be understood. Sa ikshan chakre kasminnu aham ukrandaha utkrando bhavishyami kasmin va pradishtate pradishtasyami iti. Now he is talking about what did this Purusha do to get his 16 parts. Now, we know that Pipalada told Sukesha that the Purusha with the 16 part is in this very body, every body. But how did he become with 16 parts? That is being now explained by Pipalada. Sa Ikshan Chakre means Sa here means he, means that Purusha. Ikshan Chakre is meditated or thought. So this is exactly what is reflecting in the Taittiriya Upanishad and elsewhere, that So Kamayata, he desired. Sa Ikshata, he looked or he visualized. These are the words which are used for the Atma or Brahman or the Purusha when he starts creation or when he starts his activity. So here the word used is Ikshan Chakre, means he meditated or thought. Kasmin Utkrande, who having gone out, Aham Utkranda Bhavishyami. So when I go out or when I become externalized or when I exhibit or when I desire to show myself. Any of these explanation you can say that. Aham Utkranta mean Utkramanam means to Ut means to get up. Kramanam means in the series of activities. Bhavishyami, shall I become. Kasmin Pradishtite, and where should I get established myself? Pradishtam Syami, shall I establish in this body? In this body, now I am not only creating a body for my exhibition, and in the exhibition body, where should I place myself? So this is the way in which this Purusha desired to exhibit himself. He reflected by going out, shall I go out and who stay in again, shall I stay in this body? Sa pranam asrijata. Now he is going to list all the 16 kalas here. Okay. So this is the list of 16. Sa pranam asrijata. First one is pranam. Prana shraddham. From the prana, he became shraddha. Now we know what is prana. We all the 5 questions earlier has discussed in detail what is prana. From prana, shraddha. Shraddha here is very archaic in the usage. It is not the faith what we all normally consider here. In the Vedic period, shraddha is also used for intellect or the shraddha with which the disciple, it takes up his studies in the Veda, or the intellectually how he is capable of carrying out orders from the master and follow the Vedic dictation. All those things are included in the word Shraddha. Kham, Vayu, Jyoti, Apaha, Prithvi. So from the intellect or through intellectually, he creates the Pancha Tanmatras. The Pancha Tanmatras are space, air, fire, water and earth. That is Kham, Vayu, Jyotihi, Apaha, Prithvi. After having created this Pancha Tanmatra, he creates Indriyam. Now Indriyam is that organ which is both for perception and for action. So we have got total 10 Indriyas. 5 sense organs for perception and 5 organs of action for the 5 activities which are this thing. So with the 5 tanmatras came the 5 indriyas, because all the 5 tanmatras have got qualities in them. Akasha has got shabda, Vayu has got sparsha, touch, Jyoti has light or vision, Apaha has got taste, and Prithvi has got smell. So, Kham, Vayu, Jyoti, Apaha, Prithvi, in the Indriya level, it becomes Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha, is the way in which, that is the sound, touch, vision, taste and smell. Now, we need to get a total picture with the 5 indriyas giving 5 inputs from that. Therefore, Purusha became the Manaha also. So the Indriyas came first, the Mana was born later. Now if you take a newborn child also, you will find that he has all the sense organs of, eyes are there, ears are there, nose is there, smell, touch is there. He can, all the 5 sense organs are there. But his mind is not developed. So the mind of the child develops later. So same way here, the action, organs of action, when it starts functioning, that is the time when the mind also becomes stronger. The mind develops slowly. It is not that one day the mind develops. No. Mind is developed by the indriyas in this particular order of creation. So, from indriya, the manaha. And the next set is, what is the indriya's sense? For that, annam. Annam means anything that is fed to the body. It is not only food alone. Anything that is fed into the body is called annam. That is, what is coming through eyes is annam of vision. What is coming through ears is annam of sound. Like that, annam was created after mind was created. Annat viryam. With the anna, or with the food or the inputs into the body, the vigor or the strength in the body gets developed. And that strength, when he grows into adolescence or the child Kumara Avastha, he takes us tapas. So, Annat Viryam, then Tapaha. Tapas is the first thing which the Kumara or the child who has now got his sense organs and the organs of action and the mind and intellect in the matured state takes up is to do tapas, austerities. While doing the austerities, he creates mantra. Mantra or mananatrayate iti mantra. From the mind, he utters the mantras which comes to his mind, which has become Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. From mantra, he endures with the viryam, with the vigor, he gets into karma. The next is in the list is karma. So he gets the karma dictated by the Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda and Rigveda. And from karma comes lokaha. This lokaha is the field of enjoyment. It is from the bottommost to the superiormost. You can say all the 14 fields of experiences are created due to karma, by the karma action or by the action. and lokeshu cha namacha. These fields of experiences have been given names by the subsequent action to identify each one of them as separate. So it is the Purusha which becomes the prana. Prana, from prana he becomes Shraddha, which is the, faith. Then he becomes the Pancha Tanmatras of Kham, Vayu, Jyotirapa, Prithvi, that is the air, the space, air, fire, water and Prithvi and earth. And then comes the Indriyas. So, Indriya, Manaha, then comes Annam, Annat Viryam, Viryas Tapaha, Tapat Mantraha, Mantrat Karmaha, Karmat Lokaha, Lokachu Namaha, Lokeshu Namaha. So these are the 16 kalas which the Purusha in sequentially has created for his own outwardness. Outwardness means, so the last one is Nama, or the names and forms. So we can understand this is why the names and forms are the most enchanting for us. We are the Purusha. Now he said in the first statement itself that the Purusha is here within yourself, within myself. So when we were born, when we were taken out of the womb, first thing which we took was a deep breath. Prana asrujat. And when the prana was born, we had the faith in the holding hands which held us. The faith came along with the prana. And then we were exposed to the Pancha Tanmatras which are there, like the space, air, light, apaha, prithvi, and the sense organs which were there, kept in the body, started sensing, and the mind developed over a period. And when the mind developed, it started identifying the foods of thoughts, or foods of what you call fed through the indriyas. And when we got all those food, we developed vigor and strength to identify which is best for us, which is not so good for us and all. Then we entered into the state of tapas, because we want to do austerity, because we have got all the equipments right now available within the body. And tapas, from tapas came mantra, mantra came karma, karma came the loka, and lokashu nama. This way is the 16 kalas of the Purusha, which became the world and world for his enjoyment. Saha yatham ima nadya sandhyamanaha samudrayanaha samudram prapsyastam gacchati vidhyete tasam namarupe samudram ityevam prochyate evameva asya paridrishturima षोडशकलाः पुरुषायनः पुरुषं प्राप्य अस्तं गच्छन्ति विद्येते तासां नामरूपे पुरुषः इत्येवं प्रोच्यते सः एष अकलः अमृतः भवन्ति तदेष श्लोकः. Now he said the externalizing of the Purusha. Here in this mantra, with an example, he is reversing the order of externalizing. He is using the example, yada nadya samudrayanaha. Just as the rivers flowing towards ocean, sandhyamanaha, Ima Nadyaha Samudram Prapya. Many rivers, it is not one river, many rivers flowing towards the ocean, Prapya Astam Gachandi, once having reached the ocean, they disappear. They are no more river. Tasam Namarupe Vidyete Samudraha iti. Their different names with which they came, whether they came with Amazon, Nile, Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, or Brahmaputra, or any river which we can think about it, the Danube or whichever one we have. All of them, once having reached the ocean, do not have the name and form anymore. Samudra iti evam prochyate. They are all called only Samudra. Even though it is the water from the river which is there in the ocean, but it is all known as ocean only. Evam, eva, asya, paridrushtuhu. Evam means so, eva, indeed, asya, parishrishtuhu. The seer of all things. Asya parishrishtuhu. Here parishrishtuhu is the Purusha. The one who is in the body, using the sense organs and seeing the Nama Rupa of the world, Lokya and Karma and etc. Purushasya ima Purushayanaha. Of the Purusha, these resting in the Purusha, these different kalas are resting in the Purusha. Sodasha Kala Purusha. Purusham Prapya. Now they all go back to the Purusha. From the Purusha, they come out and into the Purusha, they merge back, and having merged back into the Purusha, they astam gachandi. They disappear. Tasam nama rupe na vidyete. These names and forms are destroyed by joining back to the Purusha. Now look at our own experience of waking, dream and deep sleep. In the deep sleep, the Purusha alone is there. The moment Purusha decides to come out, he creates the intellect. Intellect here, Shraddha means here the intellect is also included as the ego or the Aham Pratyaya, which is not the Atma Pratyaya, it is the Aham Pratyaya. And Aham Pratyaya brings out the Indriyas. We feel the senses outside. It's a cold day or it's a hot day. And when we look outside, whether there is sunlight or not sunlight, all those things are taken by the sense organs from the Panja Tanmatras in the world outside. And then we create our mental makeup that the world is created for us. From that, Anna, that is what has been input come into the sense organs, into the mind, that with which we create the inputs, Anna, into Viryam. We feel that energized in the morning to wake up. And when we wake up, then we start doing our tapas, mantra, karma, and then we pray for lokas, different lokas during the mantras and the karma. And it is all the time we are using the Nama Rupa. Now, before we get back into our deep sleep, I'm not differentiating between waking and dream. Both are similar in nature. The Nama Rupa goes into the mind along with the Loka and Annam, and everything goes into the mind. And the mind goes back to what you call the intellect or the Aham Pratyaya. And the ego is the one which is merging back last into prana, and we do not remember the prana because we are no more even aware of our prana. The person outside may see our body. He may see our sense organs in the body. He may see our organs of action, hands and legs and everything. For the outside person, everything is still there. Then he calls us, we are sleeping. But what is our experience? Our experience is that we are merging everything back into us, into the ego and into the prana, and we don't even remember the prana, the ego, the mind, the intellect, the world, and nothing is remembered, and everything is merged into the Purusha, with what is our true nature at that time. Purusha eva prochyate. Now it is called the Purusha in the deep sleep. Now the same thing happens in the macrocosm also. The whole world merges back into the Hiranyagarbha, which is the prana, which we heard in our third question, where the prana came from, and the Chaya Matra Purusha. All those things we know about it. So I'm not going to repeat that. So everything merges back into that and goes back to the Purusha. So at that time it's only known as the Purusha. Saha Esha. Now this person, which is now devoid of the multitude, the multiplicity outside, is called Akalaha, means devoid of kalas. Amritaha is immortal. Bhavati. Tat Yeshaha Shloka Bhavati. Now this is given in a Vedic shloka. That is what is going to be in the next mantra. So we know that now in both the ways, whether we look at the microcosm as the individual body or the macrocosm of the whole creation of the world, in both the places, the sequence is the same. And when it merges back, this Shodasha Kala becomes Akala, without a Kala or without the 16 Kalas, and he becomes immortal, Amritaha, because he has not really become the 16 Kalas to think that he is having birth and death. He has come as the different names of his own. It is he who is the Shodasha Kala. The Shodasha Kala cannot come from anywhere because he was alone in the beginning. In the deep sleep, he was alone. So the name and the form and the mind and the intellect and everything what we are experiencing is nothing but who he was in the deep sleep. Because nothing else came from anywhere else. Because that is what we are all experiencing. Our experiencing is also from him only. It is that what we are experiencing. And when it is merges back, it is called the Purushaha, and he becomes immortal because it is not really become different things, or he has not become parts like the Shodasha Kala to become the 16 parts again. So with this one is a quotation from another Upanishad, which we have also seen it, and it is also there in the Veda. Ara iva ratanabhau kala yasmin pradishtitaha tam vedyam purusham veda yadama vaha mrityuhu parivyathaha iti. Radhanabhau is the hub of the wheel of the chariot. Ara is the spikes. Like the spikes to a hub of a chariot wheel are the kalas. Yasmin pradishtita is established in what? Tam vedyam. That is the one which is worth knowing, which is known as the Purushaha. Tam vedaha. You know that Purusha, which is known through these examples. Yada, so that mrityu va ma parivyada, so that you not be hurt by the fear of death. May you not be hurt by the feeling that you are going to have death. Because Amritaha, Akalaha is a Purusha. The Purusha is not having death and not having Kala. So one should know the Purusha as his real nature. And one who knows that, he is fearless. He is fearless because he is knowing that there is nothing called death, nor birth, nor death. Because birth is a feeling when I went externally wise. I have not really born. To born means I had to be separated out of something. I was never separated out of anything. I was the one who went outside using my own power of prana into prana to Shraddha, etc., all the 16 kalas. And in the last mantra, Tan, this is where the seventh mantra, not the last one. Tan haivo ha uvacha tavat eva aham etat param brahma veda na taha param asti iti. Tan, to them, to the 6 students. Now Pipalada is Saha Uvacha. Pipalada Uvacha. Pipalada spoke. Aham etavat. Etat. I have explained to thee until now, etavat, whatever I knew that what is Param Brahma. You should know that Param Brahma. Ataha Param na asti kinchit. There is nothing beyond Param Brahma. So know this Param Brahma is what I have to tell you. This is what I have been telling you in all my answers to the mantras which I have been telling. Now it is the turn of the students to thank the teacher. Te tam archa archantastam hi naha pitaha pitayaha asmakam vidyaya param param tarayasi iti. Namah paramarishibhyo namaha paramarishibhyaha. They, the 6 questioners, the 6 students, tam archanta, having worshipped Pipalada, Uvacha, they said, Tvam hi naha pita, yaha asmakam avidyayaha param param tarayasi iti. Tvam hi pita, naha pita. You are indeed our father. Because father is the one who not only protects but also guides and gives the assurance and the knowledge for facing the toughest of the challenges in the world. Mother will give you love, food and everything, comfort at home, but it is the father who is giving you, making you ready to face the challenges in life, including the world outside. So you are indeed our father. Yaha, who asmakam, for us, avidyaya, of the ignorance, param param. You have taken us across, tarayasi, across the param param, the other shore of avidya. We were in the shore of avidya, and by answering our questions, you have taken us to the other side of the ignorance, and showing us the Param Brahma. You have enlightened us. So obeisance, namaha, Parama Rishibhyaha. You are one of the rishis, and for all the rishis, starting from you to the Parama Rishibhya, whoever has been in your lineage, who have been doing this to their students, to him our obeisance or namaha, Parama Rishibhya, to the highest of the rishis, to the highest of the rishis. So that is the way in which the students have taken the thing. Shankaracharya in his Bhashya says that, the previous mantra where he says that whatever I knew, I have explained to you, and there is nothing more to be learned other than Brahma, shows the humility of Pipalada, that whatever I know, he didn't say that I knew everything, that is why I told you everything. Nothing more, don't ask any more question. No, he didn't say that way. He said that till now whatever I have told is what I know, and that is Parabrahman, and there is nothing more to be known to that. But Shankaracharya adds two more sentences to his Bhashya, saying that in case if you find a master who was better known than me to explain this thing, convey my regards to him and learn from him, whatever more you want to learn. This Shankaracharya adds in his commentary. So with that, we have completed Prasnopanishad, and I ended today's lecture and the Prasnopanishad Upakhyanam. Om Badram Karne Vishrunuyama Deva Badram Pasye Makshabir Yajatraha Sthirairangai Sushtu Vagum Sastanuvihi Vyashema Devahidam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravaha Swasti nः Pusha Vishwadevaha Swasti नस्तार्क्ष्यो Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspati'r Datatu Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you. Dhanyavada.